Welcome back to SkyFactory 4, and today we're going to be cleaning up a little bit just to get everything ready. And I think we're going to start with stuff like the filing cabinets and these bonsai pots, and basically remove, and probably this power setup. We're going to remove a lot of the complexity that's on the platform and just move it off into another area. And of course rebuild it to be much better while we're at it, at least better in terms of performance and in terms of neatness. So to get started with that, I'm not going to be showing a lot of that on camera, but what I should do is show you perhaps what we're going to do for it. So there's a bunch of different things that we can do in this pack. Now I did show you a few episodes back just that you can start alternate worlds. And one of those alternate world starts is compact giant machines. So I thought, well, is that actually available? Because we can put stuff inside stuff and you end up with recursive dimensions if you don't know. Well, even if you're careful, I guess. And well, we'll see if I need to unlock anything. I don't think we need to. So well, let's just see if we can create the personal shrinking device, because it's not really a mod I played with very much at all. So I actually want to see whether this is actually something we can do. So let's just see if I can get this to synchronize auto. That'll do fine. And then just type at compact and get one of these. Do we have everything we need? Just a book, I think. And then we should have everything we need. Good. So this is the Compact Machines 3 guidebook. Allows you to build complex machine contraptions within a single block. Available chapter: compact machines, tunnels, redstone tunnels, and miniaturization crafting. Well, let's go for compact machines. Yeah, so we can craft them using the JAI recipes, fair enough. And there's different sizes. So there is a tiny compact machine and there is a giant compact machine, not to be confused with a giant miniature space hamster. Similar, but boo, I miss you. Anyway, giant compact machine, 11 by 11 by 11. Okay, so for that we would need a block of diamond. We need, yeah, and we need 98 compact machine walls. So we're going to need a lot of these. And these are just iron and redstone, and that is something we probably already do. But this needs to be in a miniaturization field projector, so we need to craft that first. So yeah, the personal shrinking device, maybe that gets used up, maybe it doesn't. Let's give it a go and see what we need. So let's look at this again, compact. And let's craft the miniaturized devices. And we just need an eye vendor, which should be simplicity. There we go. And the miniaturization, and it didn't use up my personal shrinking device. And it says play four of these opposite each other to create a miniaturization crafting field. Right click to get hints where the next projector needs to be. Okay, so we're probably going to require some kind of space for this. And maybe we'll require 11 by 11 by 11 if we need to craft that up. But so I'll put this here, and I do like the arrows that we can actually get a little bit of an indication of which direction to put this in. Oh, out of range. I need to probably go and put this back through the security terminal. Do I? Oh, in fact, no, it's fine. It's just, it really is out of range. Okay, no problem. Oh, I just wanted some stone. Just to basically fill in some blocks. There we go. And let's just put in some blocks down here. Just so we can have our projector blocks on something consistent. Okay, so projector block, let's put them, it does sit opposite each other, so let's put them like that, presumably, and then one here. Okay, and one, hopefully I don't fall off. There we go. One there. Is that enough? Invalid block in area oakwood planks. Well, clearly I'm going to need to see where I'm going to be crafting this. If this is a three-dimensional area, I'm going to need to have some space in here somewhere. So 1 second. Okay, it took a little bit of experimentation, but it's fine. You raise them 2 blocks off the ground and basically 11 blocks between them in a cross pattern. It does actually show this here. Doesn't so much say how far off the ground they need to be though. So yeah, 2 blocks off the ground is perfectly fine. And yes, I did maybe lose one into the void. Regardless, let's get on with the rest of it. So we need to go and craft a few things. We're going to need to get some iron blocks and some redstone, and that will let us make the walls. So iron, oh, it's block of iron, but let's just see. Do we have some available? Looks like we do. Why don't we just make, I don't know, I'm going to just make about 10. Okay, and let's get some redstone as well. And we'll get just half a stack of that. So to make walls, it seems you have to basically put something in here. And let's make the recipe in this case. So we need to put redstone on top of a iron block. And then we need to throw stuff in here. So if you have a look at the recipe for compact again. Compact walls. Here are the things you use to make the thing you put in the miniaturization field. Here's what you get out, and here's what you basically need to throw in to start the crafting process. Now, I don't know if these need actual power or not, but let's just try it without it. So they appear to work fine. They're shrinking that down, and there we go. So we end up with 16 compact machine walls. Okay, so rinse, repeat. And that doesn't take long at all. So I'm going to get up to, I think, this large compact machine because it requires us to build a multi-block of 98. So if we hold down shift, you can see exactly what it's asking us to craft. Basically, it's 1 block thick walls and an empty space in the middle. Different ones require different things. For example, this one is, again, the same. In fact, hang on, this requires a giant compact machine. We can go to the giant. That would get us to a block of diamond. Yeah, that would be fine. And what about a maximum compact machine? That's a block of emerald. And again, it's still 98 blocks. So why don't we just go for maximum? Yeah, why not? If we're going to use 98 blocks anyway, we may as well just add some emerald because we've got emerald in the system. Emerald. Yeah, we've got loads. So I need to go and craft a block of it, but other than that, it's going to work just fine. So in we go. And how many I've got so far? So I need about 3 more but triple what I've got at the moment, and we'll then be able to craft the rest. So I built the compact machine, and that's suspiciously filling this miniaturization field, which may be a problem if I try to throw an ender pearl in. No, it's fine. Okay. So I don't need to move them further apart. That's good for me. And are you able to shrink? Well, it's working on it. So yeah, what I thought was going to happen is I only need to move these further apart because it filled the miniaturization field entirely and I wouldn't have any space to throw the ender pearl in, but it's working fine. So there is a 1 block gap in between the block of diamond in the middle versus the walls, and they're continually shrinking everything down. So we should have those. Now, what I didn't know is if we're going to need, or we're going to be able to put anything in the walls, or we actually can do that on the inside. Never really tried these before, so why don't we give it a try? I'm going to just put them, well, let's put it here as the resource. Machine unused, find side north. Can we actually get some kind of port to interact with it? So compact. Can we just attach these on the fly? It looks like we can, which is why I didn't think we should craft it in the maximal version before we shrunk it. So tunnel and redstone tunnel. Tunnel is the one we want. So here we need to build just a hopper, some redstone, and some more redstone. And we get 2 tunnels, 1 on either side, presumably. So that looks like it's going to be good. So I already have some walls, and all I need is a hopper, and I've got some redstone as well. So that will be good. Why not make 2 batches maybe? And we'll get those built. So let's pop you down. And then was it a hopper on top? And then we needed redstone around the outside in a almost like a summoning ritual kind of thing, and then throw that in. Okay, well, that gives us the tunnel. Looks like it will. And we'll be using this to basically interact with this maximum compact machine. There we go. Tunnel. And why don't we just start another one going while we're at it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coincidentally, I just have enough. Okay, so we have the tunnels. We're going to put them onto a side here, or hopefully. I should probably move this closer to where our system's going to be, I think. I'm almost tempted to embed this into the ground. So why don't I just, for argument's sake, put it right there, I want to say. And can we put the tunnel on top? Shift right click? No. Okay, so maybe we have to do it from the inside. That's fine. Can we shrink ourselves down by right-clicking on this? Looks like we can. And personal shrinking device, and we get a overall cake to get back again. So here we have a maximal, which is 13 by 13, I think. Yes, 13 by 13 by 13 room to do as we wish. In our case, we're going to use it to fill it with resource generating stuff. So I'm going to put this down in the exact center once I figure out exactly where that is, and I'll come right back. Okay, if we pop inside by right-clicking, you will get this box after you've been in once. I've put down my overworld cake there in the bottom, but you do get this sort of schematic, well, not schematic, more of a 3D view of what's already in there in case you need to check. But if you click on this button at the bottom right, once you've been in there once, of course, you get into your little compact machine. So we can put tunnels in on the inside. So if we just grab our tunnel, I think we can put this wherever we want, which is kind of handy. And it just means we don't have to do an awful lot. So why don't we just put this at the bottom? Let's say here. Can we put it? Oh, no, does it have to be in the middle of one side? That's a shame. But then we can connect any side to any side. So why don't we just put it in the... I want it actually in the side. Yeah, if anywhere, I wanted to put it in the side. So can we put it there? No. No. Is there only one place where we have an open slot, maybe? Let's just remove this for a second. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I get back out? Oh, thank you. I can get back out. Okay. Let me put the tunnel in the bot. That was nearly a bad mistake. In the bottom here, sort of right in the middle. There we go. That's fine. And then you can choose what side that equates to on the outside. So in this case, it's down. But if we went through the options, we could go up north, south, east, west, etc. So I'm perfectly fine by putting it here and down because I want to hide the cables on the outside. So I presume that's where it actually comes out. And then we want to be able to access something from in here from outside. So I crafted an ME interface and we can put that down. And I want to see whether from the outside we can see what's in here. So I'm going to just put an ME drive down and I'm just going to put ME glass cable connecting the two. And then I'm just going to put a 4K drive in there. There is no power at the moment, so I'm going to need some kind of power, but I can probably just go with an acceptor of some kind and a battery, just to temporarily do this. I just want to see where that's available, so let's just grab you, make sure this is on normal. Yeah, otherwise I'll end up getting rid of the entire blocks and dropping everything through the floor. Yep, so we've got some energy. We're going to need an acceptor, which shouldn't be hard to make. We just need some quartz glass and an acceptor. It may even work without the acceptor, to be honest, but I thought I'd just try it anyway. I'll make sure we have everything. And then I'm going to need probably a terminal just to be able to see the contents and put something into it. So a regular boring old terminal should do. We don't need anything specifically different. So that's just going to need a formation core and we've got a terminal. Okay. All right, let's head back in. Okay, and here we are. So let's put our terminal down. We can put it right there. Come on. Okay, let's put block there. Will our terminal go down now? No. Does it need power to accept a terminal? That's very, very odd. Let's just put the acceptor down. And the battery. Is that configured for output to the right? Yes, it is. System is on. And now you'll accept the terminal. Good. Let's put the watering can in here because I only have one available. And there's only one available total in my entire world. So I know if I can view that from the outside, then the two systems are connected. Not sure it's going to be possible, but I thought I'd give it a try. So let's head back out. There we go. And then we want to connect a storage bus. Do I have a storage bus? Where did I crap? I think I put it on the underside already, actually. Let's just... I want to go down there. And then we'll go across. So let's just get that out of the way. Change to fast mode for a second and pop down here. Yep, put the storage bus already in place. So let's move across here. And we should be able to get... nearly. That's annoying. Yeah, that is extremely annoying. Why don't we just go and just around this for now, and we'll sort it later. So I want my cable. Okay, so there is that cable. And I'm not sure whether it actually daisy chains through drives, but let's just go over the top anyway. And there we go. Now, if those systems are connected, I should be able to see a watering can. I can. So anything inside this compact machine I can access from the outside, which means I can move stuff in there and not see it anymore, like all of these. Okay, so we can take them all up, put them all in there. More importantly, we can also move all these filing cabinets, as long as we have storage buses on the inside, because they'll need to be attached to that inside system. So let's just take, I don't think there's anything in that one. No, there isn't. So what's in this one? Cobalt, ardite, gravel, etc., etc. So why don't we just grab this one, just onto normal mode. Okay, and we're going to grab a storage bus, another one. Did I get that storage bus? Yes, I did. Oh, I've removed two. Yeah, never mind. Let's just get that one back in. We don't want to remove all of it just yet. Okay, and then we will be okay to go. So we're going to put the filing cabinet on the inside, and we could also do it the other way around. What we can do, if you have two sides available, and you do need two sides for this, is put another tunnel down on the inside and then switch it around the other way. So you'd have the storage bus on the inside, the interface on the outside. For example, right here, there could be an interface. If that's also connected to the system, you should be able to access this system from inside the giant machine, the compact machine. We're not going to need that. We're just going to want to pull it one way. So why don't we have a look and let's just have a look for a second. So we've got lots of stuff over here. What I want to do just temporarily is disconnect these, because I want to be able to see what in the system is not in the filing cabinets that we actually should have in the filing cabinet. So all of this is wireless stuff, or, well, that's energy acceptors. Oh, yeah. We need to remove this one piece of cable then. Okay, so now if we have a look, we shouldn't have any of the acorns. We don't. What we do have is stuff that we're not currently storing in them. So, as an example, why don't we take ardite and get ourselves a file. And ardite resin. And if we're going to get ardite resin, we probably all should get the other ardite stuff. So that means we're going to need ardite saplings. Okay. And ardite acorns. Not ardite itself, that's not a problem, but certainly ardite leaves. So acorns, yep, and leaves. So 4 things with filing cabinet, and we should get the actual ardite tree wherever it is. No, you're not ardite. You are ardite. Yes, let's just make sure I'm on the right thing again. Yep, take all of you out. And I think that's everything. I may need a little bit more cable. Let's grab that just in case. And let's head in. Okay, so you can just shortcut by right-clicking with your personal tuning device rather than going through that dialog box. So in here we have a system, and right now it has no, well, it has this cube. It has no other power in here. Now we're going to have to think about power later. If you want to think about power now and you want to put comments down below, you're more than welcome to. This, of course, will last quite a long time. None of this really consumes a lot of power. So you could just live with the battery if you wanted. However, we're not going to. So if we just put down in the corner our filing cabinet, and let's open it up. And let's just put in our files. Okay. Close it up. Then we can pop down our hopping bonsai pot on top. There we go. We can put in our fertile soil. And where's my sapling? I know I destroyed it out there. Where's my sapling gone? No sapling? Okay, we'll just get another one. It's no big deal. It's just I was expecting to have one. Okay. So ardite sapling. And what we probably also want to do is remove all the stuff out of the system and then dump it back in the system inside here. But that's for some other time. And, well, when I say some other time, in a few minutes. Can I actually put this down? Why can't I actually put you down? That's weird. Yeah. Perfectly fine. Just took a little while to realize I can put down cable for some reason. Not quite sure why. Anyway, I moved it up so I can actually put a storage bus down. And this whole network we're going to set as higher prioritized than anything else. So I'm just going to head out for a second. And yep, there we go. And down here, let's just put in this as being really high priority. So let's just set it to 1,000. So it's going to try and store anything it can do that's in there, well, as much as it can, basically. And the only thing in there is filing cabinets that will only set certain items. So if I go and put, let's just say the Ardite again. If I go and grab some Ardite stuff that we only have a few of, so let's just say the saplings and acorns. I don't have a lot of acorns. I think I did a lot of processing of this clearly. And yeah, so that's going to go fine. The stuff that's being generated in there is going to appear here. So, you know, I have to take it out and then put it back in. Not the amber though. Let's put the leaves in. Okay. And will you, if I try and put you in here, other than it just freezing with power, I actually need some kind of power buffer to stop that from happening. But let's just get all of these in. Okay, and if we pop down now, head inside, will you now have all of those? You will. Okay, so all I need to do is take stuff out from the other side, put them into back into the same container, and we should have them available here. This terminal can only see what's on this side of the link. We don't have it going both ways. So this is a nice, handy way just to make sure you have what you actually need in here. Really good. Really happy with that. So we can move both all of the saplings and all of the filing cabinets that, you know, get stuff from the saplings into that box, and it's one block, which is great. I don't have to see these. They're just producing all by themselves, and anytime we need to go in there is when we want to upgrade stuff. So very happy with that. And while we're doing that, let's have a think about power while you're commenting. So one of the things I actually do want in here is the Flux networks. Flux networks is wireless power, but it's slightly different to this in that this is sort of nicer in that you can just get a GPS marker for an exact block and don't need anything attached to the block. Flux is a little bit different in that you do actually need to attach stuff. You know, it's like a pair of things. Yeah, and that's I do like it. So I'm going to take the Flux Networks mod, and we have one prestige point left. Not that I particularly want any particular mod in here just yet, and we should probably get some of these upgrades later. And I'll be doing, of course, the time looping off camera, and I just do a few at a time before each recording session, just while I'm moving around and doing other stuff. Okay, so I need to rearrange the cabinets. What I'll probably do with each one is rearrange each one so it's only got 4 files in it, and then have the relevant bonsai pot on top, and have it inside that box. So I don't need to see it anymore. I don't need to do anything with it anymore. It's just dealt with. And of course, I'll neaten up the cables once I've done that. All right, so before we get to that, then Flux should be opened up. So let's just look at Flux, and it needs a specific kind of block, if I remember rightly. So Flux itself. So the Flux Controller, not to be confused with the Flux Capacitor, entirely different thing. Yeah, well, we are time looping, so I guess. Anyway, Flux Controller needs us to make Flux Blocks, which is also from Flux. Made from Flux, that is, and Flux, of course. And it also needs these Flux cores. So really what we need is Flux and Flux cores making autocrafting. Flux cores by themselves are made from obsidian. Well, we know we can make obsidian. That's not a terrible problem. And Flux as well as Eyes of Ender. And that makes 4 of these. So Flux itself then is just redstone smelted. Nice and easy. So we can make a bunch of this before we deal with any autocrafting, and then we can do that with just some redstone. So let's just get some redstone as it is, and let's actually put, I don't know, let's put 7. Would you have 7 stacks in here? Yes, we do. So smelting, I'm just going to dump all the redstone in there. That's going to start making flux. We can get obsidian from over here. This will make us a bunch of the blocks. So let's just grab some of you. And then we also needed, was eyes of ender? I think it said something like that, eye of ender. So why don't we make some of that as well? Yeah, stack of eyes of ender, some flux, some obsidian, and then we should be able to make some bits and pieces. So let's get started with the flux block. I want to say it needs 4 flux cores, and we get 4 flux cores with every lot of flux here. So 4 flux cores. And then we need, well, how many of those for the Flux Controller? We need 5 Flux Blocks. So it's going to need 20 of these, or 5 lots, and then an extra 1 or 2. So yeah, I just need to get a couple of things. Well, we need to get more things out of here. There we go. Well, that will do. So I want, let's say 20. Let's say 24. Let's craft those. Flux Block. We'll just craft 5 of them. Yeah, well, we could if we had more flux. Let's grab you. Yeah, is that going to be enough? Not quite. We need 1 more set. There we go. Okay, so flux blocks. And then we should be able to get a flux controller. Yep, manages energy. Okay, so the Flux Controller is like the heart of everything, but we're also going to need some other bits and pieces to make this work. We need that pair of things I was talking about. So at Flux, we need a Flux point. So Flux point to wherever you want the power going. And Flux plugs for inserting the power. So over here, where our current wireless stuff is, we want the Flux point. So the plug. Yeah, that's the right way around. So the Flux plug is, again, just the same stuff, and we just need to craft that. So we need basically more flux. This is just going to continue supplying me with stuff while I'm talking, which is good. So let's just put that in there. And add flux. And you generally only need one plug to start you off with, but you need many points. And we need some more flux cores. So let's just craft another 12. And there's our first plug. And we're also going to get some points. Now, I don't know if Flux Networks is cross-dimensional. If it isn't, then we're going to have to look for something else like, Tesseract or whatever else we have in the pack. I don't know. But it's worthwhile testing, isn't it? So Flux Plug, Flux Point, and a controller. I don't think it matters much where you put the controller. But given that we have this whole thing around the center, why don't we just put, let's say, our controller here. And there we go. And then we have a choice to create a few things. So first of all, I have no networks. So I need to create a new network. Create new network. I'm just going to call this, yeah, I can't hold down backspace, main power. Okay. Access setting private, allow conversion true. That's all fine. We'll just create it. And home, we'll select the main power network. Good. And then we can choose a wireless transfer limit if we wanted to. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Wireless charging disabled. Now, enabled, we definitely want that to happen, and that will then let us ignore, basically remove the wireless charging block. But you've got to configure the wireless charging. Here's where I went wrong last time I did this. So you can see all of this stuff, and there is this left hand and right hand. Now, thankfully, this has got the right default settings, but it doesn't always appear like this. When I last played this, these were lit up. And what tends to happen is, if you've got something in your inventory that can be charged but also has special abilities, you'll see it in your other hand starting to go up and down. It'll just start going like that in your right hand. That's because it's trying to charge at the same time as it's trying to do other stuff. So do make sure you disable stuff from your hands, because it tends to be weapons that actually have charge in them that causes a problem. And we don't need anything else just for now, I don't think. We've got this ready. We do actually, however, need to get the Flux Plug sorted out. Now, does this, let me select it when I put this down. Why don't we just put it... Can we put it here for now? No, well, that's not even the Flux Plug. Where can we actually put this? I'm going to actually replace this for a second. Okay. and I want to put it. I want to eventually feed it into the AE2 system, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm going to put this flux plug here for now. Okay. So it should attach to this cable, which it is. That cable is coming out of the top of this Ultimate Energy Cube, which it is. So now we should be able to tell this which network we want it to supply power to. And it is. Okay. And it's blue. Signals everything is done. This one's blue. And that is pretty good. So there we can see it has Flux Plug. Input 0, probably because we don't have any outputs yet. And it's consuming all the power. There must be some kind of buffer going on. Anyway, we can get started just by delinking everything else. So why don't we just do this for now? Let's get rid of our energy acceptor, which is going to break things, but that's fine. And we'll put the energy acceptor in the floor. Why don't we put it right there? Okay. And then we can pop out and down and put the first flux point in underneath there, I think. So why don't we just get that, if I can see where it went. There, oh, that's that annoying place again. Let's just put it here for now. Yeah, it's underneath the ME drive, so that will be working just fine. And then we can select the same network, main power. And you can see, basically it's taking power out, which would mean our actual system is being powered, even though it's wireless. Yep, it's fine. So we got a working wireless system, and that will hopefully make things a little bit easier. So I'm going to want, just to get you out, I've taken the power cube out of here. It's in the other system. So what we're going to do is just put this flux in. We're going to create another flux point, which is going to need some flux cores, but yeah, no big deal. Another flux point. And let's see if this works across dimensions. I hope it will, but we'll give it a try. Here we go. And we're just going to remove you for a second. And I'm going to put in a flux point and select a network, main power. And it looks like it is working. Good. Good, good, good. And if it is, then we should be able to access this, which we can. And then everything is good. More importantly, I can also do that to stop needing to move this power cube around all over the place. We don't need a power cube to keep doing that. We can put a buffer, if we wanted to, by putting it here, making sure the bottom is an input, and then making, you know, some more flux, another flux point, another flux core, I should say, so flux core. Okay, and yeah, let's make another one as well, and that will make a flux point, and we'll get 2 of those. We'll fly down over the edge, I think. Did I also put that a hole through the bottom? I think I did. Okay, and let's put in a point here. Select the main power network, and that should be done. Yep, it's charging up. Everything is nice, neat, tidy, and I don't need to look at this again. Job done. Okay, so you can just directly connect your wireless flux network to any machine that you like. Just put one of those flux points on the back. But to be honest, unless you really need the near unlimited, oh dear, the near unlimited throughput, then don't worry about it too much. And I think that's probably because I put something over here. There's clearly something over. Yeah, it's because I put these blocks in, isn't it? Let me just get some glowstone over here, because I'm going to want to create more blocks, more compact giant machines, or whatever you want to call them. So you can go in there, there, and there. And this one doesn't need any, but yeah, fine anyway. Okay, so our construction area is fine. It's nice and safe. We have wireless flux networks. What I would probably be tempted to do, I'll do this later, is instead of this energy acceptor with the bare flux point attached to it, I'm going to probably craft some kind of cube and put it between them. And that should hold a buffer so that when we actually massively try to insert stuff in here, it isn't going to cause power issues. I think that's why the power issues happen anyway. And yeah, so everything looks looking good. So good episode, I think. We've got the ability to tidy stuff away inside maximum compact machines, or smaller ones if you like. Even tiny ones are 3x3x3, so you could, with a little bit of effort, fit, I don't know, maybe, you don't quite have enough height to be able to get down below them. So you probably want 5x5x5 minimum, but if you did that, you'd have, what, 14? No, hang on. 16 sort of spaces around the walls. And if you put them midway up, you'd be able to get the other stuff. So yeah, 16 would cover, yeah, quite a few of these. And we've got here, so we've got 14 in each bank. So 2 of those would cover those. But in our case, we can just go inside one machine, and it's not that much more effort to make it. Okay, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next time for some more SkyFactory 4. I'm not quite sure where we're going to go yet. I think probably a much better power system. I want to upgrade these lava at least, and probably put these all into another dimension as well, into another one of these. And we'll probably do that. I hope they're chunk loaded automatically. If they aren't, we'll go and craft a chunk loader of some kind. But then we'll have the power in one box, which is great. We'll have resources in another box. And if we do make more pigs, we could put those in a third box or try to combine them into this plant one. I think 2 separate boxes will be better though, because these pigs need more room. So I'm definitely going to need, if it's 13, we've got 3 for each one of these. So that's going to be 4 along one wall or something along those kind of lines. In fact, no, it's a fence post problem. So if it's 13, we're going to have fence post, pig, fence post, etc. And as many as you can along one wall, along the other wall, and try to connect as many as you can high. We should have enough space in one of these blocks for all pigs available. But if it doesn't, you can always separate it to 2. So feel free to subscribe and share if you haven't already. Particularly if you're not a current subscriber, feel free to. Put comments down below if you've got any suggestions. And more importantly, of course, click on the bell if you want notifications for further episodes. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching.